Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversations. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Hello, hello, hello. I have a question for you. Have you ever felt completely lost? You know, seeking purposeful direction that could and should propel your mission within your divine journey to that next level, but still it hasn't happened. Well, my name is Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the founder of P3, the Journey Series. People come to me because they're wounded. Many are scared, and even there are those who are bruised simply because they feel that they are increasingly, for whatever reason, losing their ability to dream. Now, this P3 program is not for a person who's just looking to start a business, no, but rather for those of you out there who have been on your journey and you've been navigating within your divine purpose, but you still desire to elevate to that level that you have not reached yet. If this is appealing, if this describes you, then I want to have a chat with you. I want to hear your story. So use the link below to get registered for your free seat at P3, the Journey Series. And let's get started, one story at a time. I'll see you inside. Click the link.
Before you get it, baby, show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Boy, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind. You walk right past me, pretending like you don't see what's yours for the taking tonight.
She said, thank you. She said she couldn't hear anything. I see her back there. Aw, how you guys doing? You know what? See, every day, everything's moving. It's changing. Take this piece out, plug this one in. Now, I am the first to admit I am not techie, but I tell you what, I sure will become one if I need to get this done. But I also keep a lot of 21, 22, 23, and 24-year-olds around. That'll do the trick. So, good day in the neighborhood. I'm feeling good. I was telling you guys yesterday, doing a lot of switchover. Thank you, Tubi. Thank you, Pluto, and all the people that have made this transition so well. Just a couple more things to do, and we'll be 100%. Some announcements. What are the announcements today? Let's see. What do we have for you guys? Well, first of all, great show today. Vitelle is here. You guys have seen we've been putting this up. This is one of the posters. Look, that's all one person back there. Can you believe it? Yeah, we're going to get into that in just a minute. She's here today, taking out of her busy schedule. If you missed it, you go back and catch the replay. It's over on my YouTube channel. We had a 90-minute special this past Saturday with my coach, Dr. Jane Durst-Polkes, with the Metabolic Balance Kitchen. And this is the book, best-selling book. Take a look. This is how I have lost 35 pounds in just 2 months. And I feel great. Haven't used this sucker right here, not once, since I have been on it. My inflammation is practically completely gone. I'm going to put a little CBD topical on today. And tonight I'll have a gummy nightcap, which has nothing to do with arthritis. It's just because I want to go to sleep. And great things. So get over and find out all of the healthy benefits that you can get through this metabolic balance. It's amazing, y'all. My blood work that dictated my food. Matter of fact, look, this is what my blood chose for me to have for breakfast. Okay, so that's what I'm having, and I'm grateful. I am trying to be the black ass male Betty White one day. That's what I'm trying to do. Trying to ride it till the wheels fall off. Can I get an amen? All right, I'll start it off. There you go. There's one right there. So listen, last thing before we get Vitelle in here. What is it? What do we got? Oh, somebody we got it yesterday. They're like, show us the before and afters again, just so you know. This was January 4th. Now get ready. If you're eating, got a baby, you get seasick or nauseous in the car real quick, turn away. Don't look at him. But this is what I looked like just 2 months ago. Good googly moogly. Look at that. Lord, and didn't even think I had it. But 2 months later, quit playing with them. Look at that side view. And there you go. So you guys really get over and check this program out. 10 years ago, 10 days ago. See? That's what I'm talking. 62. Okay. All right. You wait. Y'all gonna get there? We just make it look easy. That's all. Bell of purpose is in effect all during today's broadcast. When you hear it, it means tune in. Don't play with it. Lean in. Pick that truth up that's marching across the intersection and take it home with you. It'll do you well. It is, after all, the only thing in the universe that you can never change. And it won't change on you. Last. They said get our sponsor up. Here's our spotlight sponsor. Look up there blinking in the corner. See that? Grab it. Grab your handheld device right now. Grab it. Take a picture. I know what y'all thought. Where was he yesterday? He had to go to one of them countries that had some work done. Nope, I did not. It was Janonia Renee. This is the exfoliant, you guys. Click that and go over. Put BRM in the checkout. You get an additional 10% off. This exfoliant, she uses oatmeal and a whole bunch of us. I get hungry when I put it on my face. It's just, and it is lightening these shave spots. Now you got to understand, this skin is 62 years old. I'm liking it. Anyway, Janonia Renee, mother-daughter team out of New York City. You guys coming in right now is our girl, Vitelle. She is behind the scenes live right now. I see her back there showing up. She probably has an entourage with her. I'm not going to get all into it because I want to get every second of this girl's story. Homelessness. Ever had a part of that? Ever went, homelessness, I love you. No, I was homeless. A lot of times, sure was. And you know what? It made me a better person. And that's why as soon as I heard what this girl was doing, get her in here. This show, y'all, is rocking them.
I'm telling you, people are saying great things about it. If it's anywhere near where you live or lay your head, grandmama's house, through the woods, I don't care. Oh, the river and through the... Okay, ADHD, be gone. Get to this show. If you don't, you're going to miss out. But today you won't because she's here. Put some hearts on the screen. It's our way of saying welcome. She's on her way in. Probably got a whole... You know how these stars are. Is she out of wardrobe makeup yet? Dang, diva. Well. Look who it is. How are you?
I am great, enjoying from behind the scenes your intro. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is going to be fun.
It is. It's been about 2-3 months since when did we book you? About 2 months ago?
I don't know, but I've been doing so many back-to-back interviews and I'll be rushing, trying to get in there on time. So I didn't even realize when I saw on my calendar who I was interviewing with today until I got on here and saw your face. And I was like, oh, yay, now I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. Did you know your little assistant? She and I was like, she said, oh, she won't be there tomorrow. I said, wait, stay right there. Girl, whoever you said, wait, stay there. What you think? Right. I'm just playing.
We were trying to see what we could rearrange, but when I found out this one was live, I was like, oh no, I don't be backing out of live. So I had to rearrange other things. So
I'm so glad. And because the work, been keeping my eye on you too. When did the show? Well, first of all, wait. First things first, because I'll get started. ADH is running around in here today.
Hey, me too. I'll be right there following along with you.
See what I'm saying? I would love what I do every day is to jump off for about 60 seconds to give you a chance to just pour into the audience from your heart. What'd you wake up with on your spirit today? Lay that out there on the table. Then when I come in, we'll pick up the cutlery and start eating all this and get it out there. We got some bread for y'all today. So I'm going to leave for a second and you just pour out and then I'll be back in when it's time. Okay.
Man. Okay. This is
first. Go for it. Go for it.
Okay, I'm ready. Gotta stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. But yeah, this is a first that I've poured out in the beginning instead of the end. So I like it. But honestly, when I think about what I woke up with, like, first of all, I overslept, which is why I'm rushing. I'll be honest. I was trying to get up at 5 because I knew I had 100 million things to do before this interview, and I wanted to be and had breakfast and settled in. But that did not happen. I hit snooze probably 500 times since 5 o'clock and then didn't get up till 8 and was like rushing, frantic, trying to get into this interview. So that being said, I would say that the main thing on my mind right now is resting. That is one of the things that I have a serious problem with. And I'm really working on. God is not through with me yet. So, but I know the importance of it. And sometimes we know what we have to do, but it's harder to do it than it is to tell other people this is what you're supposed to do. So I have to practice what I preach. And, I don't know who this is for, but if you can relate and it resonates with you, then it's for you. But it's definitely for me that I have to do better at resting, at listening to my body, because I was literally in a car accident like the Saturday before last, and then immediately went from car accident to birthday party, which everyone was depending on me to be there for my own birthday party. So I had to show up even immediately after a car accident. And then, went straight into the crunch week, getting ready for the Atlanta show the following Saturday. So I really hadn't had any time to rest at all. And so now I'm trying to do that. I really am. I'm trying to pull back on some things and just, it's a work in progress, but it is important, and everyone needs to take the time to listen to your body and rest, because at the end of the day, it can give out on us, and then none of it, then what is it all for? We can't be here to do the things we're supposed to do if our body gives out on us. So
got that right. I was learning that the hard way. Even yesterday, so much has happened in our family stuff over the last couple. I had 2 sisters go into hospice on the same day, within the same hour, from 2 different states. I mean, on both coasts. And so suddenly I was cast into the role of the family patriarch. I'm like, who ain't that code for old, And
been a patriarch since I was 6, I guess.
Okay. So it's just a lot, but you're absolutely right. Self-care is so very important. I mean, this is our temple. Our soul can't complete its mission if we're not in the car.
Exactly.
So
Ooh, that's
good to hear you're taking care of that. Now you're taking care of a whole bunch of more stuff, whole bunch of more. I'm from them taters ready yet, Paul? Lord.
I love it.
Stop. I'm gonna say something. They're gonna get some hate mail. So I want to go back to the beginning. Tell us. We're here because you're on the road right now. How long is the tour? Tell them how that came about. 9 lives. 9 lives.
Yes, 9 lives.
Just like a cat.
Yeah.
Tell us how it came about. I don't really have to say much today because I know you're a pro, and I want you to get it in. Take us back to the beginning. When were you homeless and who were you homeless with? Was it as an adult or were you drugged into it because you were the child? How did it all play out?
Oh man. So like you said, when you said you experienced homeless multiple times, I've experienced homeless multiple times as well, homelessness. And yeah, so mine started off in childhood. I was homeless with my mother. And of course, at that time, you're a child. It just seems like an adventure. It doesn't really hit you how devastating it is to you become an adult and you're homeless with your own children. And then you're like, oh my gosh, this is what she was going through. No wonder she cried. No wonder she had, you come to a realization that, it's a lot tougher as an adult. Excuse me.
You're saying this is you as an adult with your kids?
So I actually, as an adult, ended up homeless with my 2 kids living in the car. I was married at the time, so it was 4 of us living in the car. But we were grinding, trying to get out of it. So it was rarely a time where we were all 4 sleeping in there because we were working first, second, third shift, trying to make it happen. So, but yeah, as a child, I went through it. And then as an adult, I experienced it differently. And then even multiple times after that, once we did get out of the car and into an apartment, it was the reason the apartment was inexpensive because it had a mold issue and flooding all the time. And then we ended up homeless again. So it was, a back-to-back series of homelessness, which I write about in my show, The Face of Homeless. And yeah, I have kind of an expert on homelessness now, which is why the book is on the way.
Okay. Wow. Okay, let's go here. Do you know, I'm sure you know something. Is Sherry McQueen here? Hi, Joyce. Well, hi, everybody. Robert, Mike Casanova, and Joyce White. How are you today? And the rest of you. Too many today. Woo. 699. Let's hit 1,000 today, shall we? Phone a friend. Tell them about what's going on over here. What are the statistics? Do you have any idea? First of all, tell people how your name is actually pronounced.
Vitelle.
I know. See, I do it like that hair stuff. Vitelle. Remember that from back in the day? And my husband said, honey, I don't think that's how it's said. I said, how you know? Right? But he was right. Let's go here. Currently, how quickly can a person or a family find themselves, according to the most current statistics or what you know to be true? How often are people leaving a regular whatever? Yeah, but you know what I mean? That kind of, because you might be on somebody's couch or whatever, but you got a roof over your head. But still, that's still homelessness in a sense. It's not yours, and we all know how that is. Tiptoeing around, you scared to go in the refrigerator. They act like they don't mind you being there, but you know you hear him whispering and stuff. Who ate my so-and-so? Whatever it is, it's uncomfortable. There's nothing like your own, right? So what's going on out there today? How easy is it for a person to end up homeless?
I mean, as far as statistics go, I really don't feel like they can ever calculate that. They have people that go out and literally survey and interview homeless people out on the streets, but there are so many people homeless in secret right now, especially mothers with children that don't want anyone to know that they're homeless because they feel like their children are going to get taken away, which is honestly ridiculous in most cases, because if the children are, fed and clothed and everything else, it's not usually a problem if their living situation isn't what America feels that it should be. So, but some statistics are not, even accurate as far as I'm concerned.
Can we talk about that for a second, though? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Because right now I know somebody, especially women, mothers, maybe even fathers, who right now, or they've never lived this, are being a little judgy. I'm just gonna say and go, what you mean? Them babies need to wash and eat, and they need but having had 22 mothers, having been in the system because of circumstances outside of my control.
Mm-hmm.
I get where you're coming from, but they might not. Explain what you mean, Vitelle, about keeping the family together by any means necessary.
Yeah.
Why is that so important?
I
I
mean,
mean, after all, can't you just go pick them kids back up 2 weeks from now when she gets an apartment?
it's yeah. You don't want your kids in the system. Once they're in there, it is difficult to get them out, and it is not.
Roach Motel.
I'm a
You
child.
can check in, but you can't check out.
Right, that part. I have been in the system, and it took me a lot of therapy to even remember I had some trauma, with going through that process. So yeah, it's not fun. Luckily, I wasn't in there long. My grandmother got me out and raised me for my first 5 years. So thank God for her. But I can imagine the people, I hear stories about other people who have been in the system for years. And, a lot of times they're getting abused. They're experiencing worse in foster care even than they would be at home because
girl.
So you just don't know what they're going through. So I think, and what I experienced with CPS myself with being homeless, because I was one that at first was secretive about it because I was thinking my kids are going to get taken away. But once I got a good caseworker, then she did explain to me, like, we had food stamps. My kids never were starving. We had blankets. We had places to shower. Like, I figured it out. And so my kids were good. And so it wasn't a situation where they needed to take my kids, even though I still made sure they kept on asking me, like, where do you actually park at night? I said, I'll be damned, I'm not telling you that. But, yeah.
Because you know what they're going to do.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
you ain't knocking on my window.
No.
Look, if you don't get off my front porch.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. This is all my house right now.
Okay.
But so my kids don't remember it being a traumatic experience. We had a good time. I always said, we live on the beach, because at one point when it got too cold up north to survive in the car, we drove down south. And so we were in Miami at one point and experiencing Christmas and 80-degree weather. And we just were trying to enjoy and make the most of it. And honestly, looking back on it, those were the happiest times of my life when I was homeless. It's crazy to think that, but it's the truth. Like, we were together. There was no room watching TV, all that. We were together all the time and experiencing things and purposely, being intentional about having fun and spending quality time. And so that was
called Crazy Wonderful. And I'm just going to stop right now, crossing guard out in the middle of the street right now. Stop, everybody. Here comes the truth. Know this. When y'all start using these words that can deceive, especially when you're trying to get something through that people might not be so easy to buy. How can that be? It ain't crazy. It's crazy wonderful. It's not strange. It's strangely mystical. It's not funny. It's funny awesome. You see what I'm saying? Put that sacred word behind it or in front of wherever you need to, so that you never occupy just any old space. It's always sacred space. You don't make good friends. You only take blessed friends in. And at the end of your journey, you'll have, even if it's one, it'll be a divine memory and not a bunch of fond memories. That's what you do. Put that sacredness next to it. You know why I say that? Because God takes us where we need to go. So we can get what we need to show the world what's really behind it all. So having said that, I want to, my 2 favorite moments. See, y'all think it's crazy for us to be talking like this, but God don't make mistakes. That's what he does to keep our shit interesting. That's all it is. And if you just stick with it, you come out with these wonderful stories like your show. Like, my life came from the first time I told my story. That Goldcast video, 67 million views. From, bless you, behind my shame, my wall of shame. Now, that should have been my first clue that it wasn't of God, because God don't have walls. He has windows and doors called opportunities. See, this was an opportunity. So I fell asleep once in the back of an abandoned car. I go around checking doors, and there was some water in the floor. And it was that cold. I woke up, my pinky finger had froze in the water. That was one standout moment. And then the first night I ever was, I found a park bench behind in front of the library, Phoenix, Arizona. And I was like, good, I got this. But I can't believe nobody had it. I didn't look underneath it. Where you put, you sit and you put your legs down. I didn't see all that stuff down there. So I done set my little stuff up here. That didn't last. She came. Look, I thought it was Miss Sophia, except she was white, marching across. I said, where's you going? I look, ain't nobody there but me. She go, excuse me, do you mind getting out of my house? At the picnic table.
Yeah, the bottom bunk. She knows she could have shared.
Okay, bottom bunk. Wait, right. Look, you should have seen my face. That's when it hit me. Dang, they serious about this stuff, you know? So talk about the respect. Let's go there. Because I know what you're talking about. I think I got, at that time of my life, I got more respect from my peers, which were the other people who were in the similar situations, than the people that walk right past me.
Right. That's
You know,
good.
or I pick up the phone and call. How you doing? Oh, I'm looking for. Oh, can you call me back? My cousin. No, here come my cousin. Anything. Talk about how you found your strength, how you found your presence, how you found.
Well, I want to go back to that part about the respect because nobody's ever mentioned that in an interview before. And it just immediately brought back a memory. So
Come on.
even while I was homeless living in my car, that is the time that I was starting my homeless ministry. So I was actually starting the Feed the Homeless tour simply because I saw someone homeless and I wanted to help and I wanted to know their story. I wanted to see what can I actually do for them aside from giving them a couple dollars. That just doesn't feel like enough. So I reached out to them. Like I pulled over, talked to them, learned their life and their story. And his name was Gary. I'm gonna go ahead and start calling him by name. I'll never forget him. Gary is really who inspired me to start in the first place. And so I ended up talking to him, making friends with him, learning about the homeless community prior to even being homeless. I took him to the grocery store. I'm like, look, I ain't got a lot of money, but I got my EBT eat better today card. Okay. So we went to the grocery store, got him together, and I got so much respect from that community. That is when I learned about things called tent cities. He literally took me back to the woods. I know it sounds crazy wonderful that going back to the woods with a homeless guy, but you know, I was strapped, but it's okay. So better safe than sorry. But yes, I was invited into that community, the tent community, and learned so much that like they really accepted me in there. And so it was one of those things where like, if you're walking back into there, you better announce yourself and make sure you're welcome because nobody could go back there. They protected each other and things like that.
Yeah.
So when I got in good with them, and this was prior to me being homeless, aside from childhood, right? So I got in good with them, and these were friends. They looked out for me. And so it wasn't until after I asked God to use me in that area that I became homeless myself. So this is where I say you got to be careful what you ask God for, because if I had not been homeless myself, I would not know completely what is needed and how to help. I asked God to use me in that area and how can I help? And he showed me by allowing me to experience it myself. So it just equipped me for so much bigger than what I was ready
Absolutely
for.
right. Absolutely right. Now, crossing guard coming out, stopping traffic in the middle of this intersection. Now, see, this what when you said be careful what you pray for, and don't pray too specifically. I don't ask. I refer to greater than because there's everything greater than me. Angel, I want them all on my team, so I say greater than. Here's what I need today. I need one of these. How about two of those? And if you're feeling particularly generous, you can throw in three of the others. And that's what I do. And then after my day, I look through it through a lens of gratitude. Oh, there's that one. And here come them two. And
that's right.
Just in the nick of time, here come those three. That way I know God has pushed over across the table what I need, not just what I want. And why is that important? Because need is attached to a plan. Want could just be a wish. See? Now listen, you're right. Because I remember I went out to Hollywood to do the cover shoot. It's over there of their Heart of Hollywood magazine. And when I got there at night, there was a tour bus in front of the windows in my hotel. So I didn't see anything. When I got up that morning, I looked over there. There was parking lot city. You know, a limo, all kinds of cars. Used to be a parking lot, but since COVID, it's now like a new tent city. And I was drawn, stopped. I didn't even go to breakfast. Went over there because they felt like they're my peoples. It's amazing how you fight to get out of something, but when you're being used through that something, you get that pull, right?
Absolutely.
So let me ask you something about what is it that you think? Because see, some people, when they get out, they don't realize, or they did not bother to realize why they were in there. Mm-hmm. You weren't in there just because God don't test us just so because he doesn't believe we can accomplish something. He tests us so that we can be pushed literally into the self-realization that we can accomplish everything.
Exactly.
anything. It's already done. So how often at first did you have to explain to people why this was still important to you? Why would you want to go back to them people? Why would you want to? Why indeed, Vitelle?
I think I quit explaining things to people. I just show people now and let them see, like, just keep watching, because it's just the beginning. I still have so much more to do and so much more that you guys are going to eventually see. So I stopped explaining and just started acting on it. But I understand, a lot of times we don't understand till we're looking back on it. I'm grateful that I had the ability to understand even in the midst of it. That is pretty rare.
You knew when you were in there.
Yeah, I knew when I was in there, like, okay, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to make a movie about this. I was taking notes as I'm going through it. So that's unusual. I'm a unicorn, but usually after the fact, you're able to look back on it and see what God's brought you through and then testify and then tell all about it. Like I was still, when people would bless our family, they give us 5 blankets. It's only 4 of us. I'm gonna bless another homeless person with this that need it more than me, So we were constantly, even in the midst of the situation, doing for other homeless people that were, air quote, like you said, more homeless than us, because there's levels to this. But it was,
and that's like a community thing. That's they do more, they seem more like a community than the gated ones.
Right. Exactly.
They don't even know who the people across the street are.
Right, exactly. So yeah, I didn't wait until it was over to start doing the thing. And that's why I encourage people, whatever God's calling you to do, like, don't wait until you've gotten through it. Start showing up and doing the thing. Just start acting in it now. Start living in where you're going, even no matter what the situation looks like at that moment. And that's what I was able to do.
See, there's a girl, you own it today. I'm not kidding. Y'all, there was another clue in there. Did you catch it? Are you tracking? She said, and that was my next thing I was going to say to you. The reason you were in it while you were in it is because it's an immersive experience. When you know that you're not anywhere, the universe, God doesn't put you anywhere by mistake, by accident. And you start looking. That's why the promise says, seek and you will find. So I look, why you think you're in here? Find out.
Exactly.
Look, guess what happened? The call came in, Inspector Gordon threw that bat signal up. And you saw it and you picked up, and girl, you there? I'm sending you in. It's an adventure. Now, that's why you are doing what you were made for and not just what you get paid for. See? Passion. So
that part.
Right. So let's go directly to this. Let's go to this. And even though I'm going to get I'm still in the new phase. So they expect me to make some mistakes, but we do this one on purpose. I'm going to pull up here in a moment the trailer, okay, set it up though. Tell us, what are we looking at here? We see 9 Lives World Tour. Who are all them chicks up there at the top? And I know the reason I say that because you see some Jenny from the blocks and you see some. I know all of them. I can't believe that's all you. You look so different.
Thank you.
Tell us how these characters came about. Who are these people? Are they real? Were they real?
Yeah. So what you guys are looking at now is actually the flyer for this past show that we just did in Atlanta. So the next one up is Washington. We have a lot of cities coming up, but this same QR code. So if you scan that QR code, it'll take you to all of the different cities coming up and tickets to that. But this is 9 Lives, guys. This is a one-woman show about healing from trauma. All of these characters are me in different formats. They're not real people. These were just ideas that came right from above. The whole idea of this show came from God.
So these aren't real people. So none of these people remind you of people wow, interesting.
Not really. Some of them were named after people that, inspire me or something like that. Like I had a cousin named Erica. I named one of the characters after her. Some of the names came, but not in general. They just,
but not the personality,
came from above. And I believe that everything happens for a reason. There are no coincidences. So it is very interesting to me to watch things unfold and hear some specific testimonies. For example, like that one the one June, she specifically reminds, I have a cousin named June and she looks and acts just like that. When it gets that specific, I'm really looking like, okay. Guys.
Okay. Right.
It's just confirmation. So much confirmation that, sorry, I get excited about it. I can't even get my words out. So much confirmation
I
that
might get up and run around
from God. It's so
That's right.
insane. So, when I first got the call to do this show, I did not want to do it. So reluctant. I saw the bigger picture in the very beginning when God was calling me to do this. And I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want that, because I'm an introvert, believe it or not. I'm not the type that wants fame, even though I've been acting my whole life. I enjoy acting. It's a passion, it's a gift, and I want to do it without getting famous. But this right here was like, oh God, I see it touching millions and billions, even like around the world. And I'm like, I don't want that responsibility. So I was really reluctant to it. And God, kept pulling on me. And I eventually gave in. This was during the pandemic. And it was during the time that I was called to do this show. We could not hire actors. We could not hire crew and film crew and all of those things. I had to do all of the parts. And this is where I go back to what I was saying earlier. Like, you cannot wait until you feel like you're ready or you have a certain amount of something before you start doing the thing. Like, God was calling me to do the thing now. And here I am like, oh, well, I need the characters and film crew and all these things that I need. But no, God is like, what I say, like, So I had to show up and do all the things. And that's how I became a one-woman show. And each of these characters is a different personality, is a different, like, you wouldn't think it was me. Like, the last show we just did in Atlanta, I had somebody come up to me after and was like, so all those was you. She was still trying to figure out who all these characters was. And I'm like, yes, honey, one woman show. Those were all me. So even after watching, she still didn't think it was all me, because the accents change, demeanor, everything changes about them. But they each deal with my story. Now, I'll say that. These are all my story. And each of them tell a different part of it. So, for example, one of them deals with homelessness. One of them deals with domestic violence, one divorce, human trafficking, all of the things that I've been through throughout my life. Each of them break it down to where it's almost like I've lived 9 lives, which honestly, by now it's about 20 lives. But in the beginning, when this show was created, we narrowed it down to 9.
So let me ask you something. A couple of things from the flyer, because see, I read between the lines. See, she thinks she's slick. I done found a whole bunch of stuff in here. First of all, it didn't miss me. He is us 3. All of that. I know the SOS part, the SUS, what you were thinking. He is us. I know what the 3 stands for. All of that. See?
Okay, I'm gonna need you to read my book and pull it apart then, because you thinking like.
Well, because it's like when you're inside of a calling. I'm going to put this down for something. Put it back up in a second, y'all. Hold on. When you're inside of your calling, when we meet each other, it's like a secret handshake.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that secret knock at the door, and you open a little set. Come on in. Right? Because if you seek the truth, you'll see the truth.
Yes.
See? That's that. So I I'm right about that. You never thought.
Yes.
Right in there, he is us. Right. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Right.
Yep.
Now think about what you said, huh?
Yep. That's it.
Okay. And you said one woman show, but then God gave her something that said you can do this. One woman against the world. Look, helping the world. She could have said helping my city, helping my street, helping my house, but she went out as far as she could. The world, heal from trauma and break generational curses. Now, that's not a small bite of the apple. That is a huge, Maya Angelou said, if you're going to teach, you must be willing to live your teachings. So once you put this out there, you have to live up to it. Okay. So when you speak it into existence, everything runs that's there not to serve you, and everything comes rush again that is meant to serve you and help you do what appears to be the impossible. So I see 8 people up here. Take us through them. And where's number 9? Start her on the left, hands on the hips. Who is that?
You're getting too deep. You're getting too far ahead of it.
Why?
No. So
just give us their names. Let's go across. I want people to know them so they'll go see them.
Lord Jesus, I was not prepared for that today, y'all. Okay, so let me go. I'm gonna go from left to right and do my best. And hopefully I see my team on here, so they're gonna help me out, because y'all know I do not be remembering everybody's name. When I tell you I have separated myself so far from them, it's like a bunch of different people. I'm trying to tell you. So we're gonna do our best to go through them, and my team gonna help me. Okay. So pull it back up. We got this. Okay. So I know that's June all the way to the left side. Okay, that's June. She deals with childhood trauma and memories that stick with you and carry you throughout your life and create who you are as an adult. The next one over there is Red. She deals with human trafficking. And I'm being very vague with these guys because I need you to come see the show. I don't want to say too much, okay?
Okay.
And then the next one next to her that's got the blonde hair, that is, help me with their name, y'all. She deals with homelessness. I know the topics here. I know she talks about this. I'm trying to think of her name. Lord Jesus, it's too many of them to keep up with.
I bet you know them by their hair colors.
Well,
Did you
I know
name the wigs.
No, like listen, their names just came out of nowhere. Like the wigs came, I just was pulling wigs out my closet, pulling clothes and throwing them together. It was just incredible how it came together. It was a miracle. But okay, so we got, yes, June Red Ashley, that's her name. Oh my God, I remember her name. Look at my team coming through helping me out. Okay, thank y'all. Thank you so much. Okay, so we got Ashley. She deals with homelessness. And then over at the top, you see with the auburn red hair, that is Peggy. I remember Peggy. She deals with domestic violence.
Hey, girl.
And yes, and then right below her is Naraya. I know Naraya because she was actually named after a real person, a little girl that inspired me. So that's Naraya, and she deals with. I got to go back to what she deals with. I can't even remember right now.
I'm glad this is coming out like this. Y'all better respect. Now
Ryan,
think about it. I'm gonna just tell you, this is amazing. Who is it?
No, I'm sorry. It took a second to pull it out. I need to rest some more, y'all, but bear with me. So Naraya talks about the colorism and how it was for me growing up as a light-skinned individual in a dark community. So including in my family. So that was Naraya. And then the next one over with the glasses, she deals with depression and suicide. That's Jessie. And then the next one over with her hands, like the hair, her hands up. That is Erica. That's Erica.
Okay,
and
Erica.
About divorce specifically. I separated divorce from domestic violence because 2 different traumas. And then the last one there with the blonde hair, she is Brandy. That's everybody's favorite. That's the one that we because they be fighting.
I want to go shopping and have lunch with Brandy.
Listen, I'm talking about you ain't even seen her character yet, and you're already everybody loves Brandy.
I already know. Brandy's somebody you want to be seen with. If you are seeking attention, walk in a restaurant with her. You won't be seeking it no more.
Listen, Brandy she is everything that annoys me, honestly, but everybody loves her though. She's one of those people. She shows up to the show like, I got better things to do. Can we hurry this up? You know, like that's Brandy. So I'm like, okay.
Can we show the clip? Can we show the commercial, the trailer?
Yes, let's do it. Let's show the commercial.
I told him, I said, I'm gonna just act like I didn't remember. Because y'all know I told you we got new protocol, but we watching this. Here's the trailer, you all. For 9 Lives. Take a look.
Just concentrate on the sound of my voice. As I count down, you're gonna be relaxed. 5, 4, 3, 2. I can't do this. Maybe there's some things in there that I shouldn't remember because I don't know, maybe it's just best that I don't remember. If my mind was trying to protect me from something or forgetting, then maybe I should just keep it forgotten. See, the work that you're doing is grand. It's bigger than you, and it's bigger than me.
I'm glad I got these sunflowers. See, I thought I had a bowl of Oral Redenbacher just now. So good. So good. It feels like a movie. So let me get that out there.
Yes.
Let me ask you.
Mm-hmm.
That was different. See,
and that was the actual trailer for the movie. There's also the commercial for the world tour, which is a whole separate thing. But yeah.
Wait a minute. We have both of those?
I think so. I'm sure she would have sent them all.
Let me see. What do you call that one? The one that's about the
If you go on YouTube, it's just
commercial
World Tour.
Mm-hmm.
Type in 9 Lives World Tour. That should be the first one to come up.
I want to see 9 Lives commercial.
A 9 Lives World Tour. Just type that in and it'll because that was the trailer World Tour in it.
Can we share one more thing then? Might as well. I'm gonna get a whooping. Might as well get a good one.
Let's go.
Can we? Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that the
9 Lives World Tour? It's gonna be the first thing to come up.
Let's take a look.
It's in your email, but okay.
That's the movie trailer again. Y'all they're putting it in. Don't worry.
Gotcha.
While we're you got it? Okay. Tell us where it's coming. Where are you right now and where will you be next? Give us the next 2 or 3 out so they can start marketing, because we're gonna give y'all the link so you can go and check out every place that you'll be able to catch this all the way through the end of the tour. So go ahead, tell them real quick while we're ready.
Come on, team, let's start posting them in order, because y'all know I'll be mixing up the order, but but here we go. Just finished up in Atlanta. That's where we are right now. This past weekend, we just finished that one. Next stop is Washington, D.C. Then we are going all the way down to Houston, Texas, I believe is the next one. And then up to Nashville, Tennessee. Then Boston, Massachusetts. I think I'm getting them in order. Boston, Massachusetts. And then last but not least, Bowling Green,
Chicago.
No, Chicago. Sorry.
No.
But you know what's crazy? It's lots of Chicago.
I'm gonna do you like I told you, sister. Stay there.
Say
it again.
We're gonna have to add Chicago, because I've had so many requests to Chicago. I'm like, but I've actually done it in Chicago once, but it was for a women's retreat. So this show can actually be requested to different events and facilities and groups and things like that. So I do it in groups as small as 10 sometimes. It depends on, what we work out. So
if you do come to Chicago and it's another women's retreat, I ain't scared. I'll go and drag. I may be the ugliest woman in the room, but I'm going. I'll tell you that. Right? I ain't playing. Look, it'd be 10 lives.
Yes, exactly.
Look, right. Y'all look, take a look.
And Miracle Moment has the dates and the cities and the dates posted up there too, if you want to pin that comment. That's
back and better than never. Us 3 Productions proudly presents the highly anticipated 2025 World Tour of 9 Lives, the one-woman show starring award-winning actress, author, and humanitarian Vitelle. This is more than just a performance. 9 Lives have become a platform for change, helping communities confront difficult conversations around issues such as depression, suicide, divorce, homelessness, and human trafficking. With each stop on the tour, Us 3 Productions will partner with local organizations and support networks to offer resources for individuals seeking healing and recovery, with special guest performances by Atlanta's Garrett Patterson and Carolyn Jones. It all kicks off January the 11th in Orlando. Then it's off to Birmingham, Raleigh, Atlanta, DC, Houston, Nashville, Boston, Bowling Green, Kentucky, and coming soon to a city near you. You do not want to miss it. Text 770-626-5075 for updates, casting calls, discounts, and more. 770-626-5075 or email heisus3productions@gmail.com for sponsor and vendor opportunity. The 9 Lives World Tour. Be there.
Oh, you know you probably grinning. I see you grinning. What you cheesing about? I'm just playing.
It makes me excited. The commercial gets me pumped. It's like, oh, this is really happening. So
it should. Wait a minute. Let me get this off here. Let me just say, see, that's why they already got it set up with this new system. Ooh, I'm busted. Wait, y'all got, who can I blame this on? Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. Ooh, see, it's all new stuff. I ain't supposed to be doing that. See, what happened was, I'm practicing how I'm going to explain it. Anyway, how does that make you feel from when it was just a spark? You see, what we see on the screen there, you all know this. Everything you can touch in this world, everything you can touch, every single one of those things started on that screen. Mine hangs in that corner. That screen, known as the imagination. It is the largest screen in the universe. And everything began there. So when what we just saw, and all the people it's touched, and all the people they're going to touch, And all that it has taken, all them wigs, all them sunglasses, all them bras and panties, because none of them characters wear the same underwear. Know this. They individual. Because I know something I saw the download. When you get into those, each one of those characters, you don't carry any residue from the previous or the upcoming. You have to be, when you say one woman, that means one woman. You don't drag her from back there in with this one. So that means that all those layers, you know her, you dress her, right? She dresses with you. Talk about that if you could. How you go there and stay present. It's hard for some people, Vitelle, to stay present in the regular world. But here you are doing it. Talk about what that takes and how do you pull it off?
Man, okay, you said a whole lot right there, but and I got a little emotional just the description of seeing it go from the commercial to where it is now. Like when I tell you, oh gosh, I don't want to be in emotion right now. But
girl. Emotions mean we got something that matters.
Like, oh wow, it is just the impact, and to know how many lives it's touching is the biggest thing, and that's the thing that keeps me going. Like, I'll give y'all an example without getting too long-winded, because I know we about to wrap this show up soon. This past show, this Atlanta show, like when I tell y'all, whatever you call it, the powers that be, there is good and evil, there is God and Satan, whatever you want to call it. The bad side don't like what I'm doing for the good side right now. So
of course not. That's how you know you're doing it.
I was under attack from the very beginning, first of all, but especially the week of the Atlanta show, getting in that car accident and then having to push through the week. And it was one thing after another. Just, I can't even list the things, but it was a lot. And to the point that I was like, I can't do this no more. I can't. I just get somebody else to do it. I just literally can't. But I pushed through, and with the help of my team keeping me going, and just the reminder and the constantly reminding myself that someone needs this, and the harder evil is trying to fight you, the more impact you know that you're going to have. So I kept saying, dang, this Atlanta show must be so important. Like, what is it about this Atlanta show? And I knew, like I mentioned earlier, like I see in the midst of it that I'm going to get there. I'm going to get to that point where I'm looking back on this and saying, that's why all this happened. That's exactly why. Right. So I kept looking forward to that. You know, everything is just a matter of time. Everything has already happened. We're just the ones living in time right now. Time is not a factor for God. Okay. He's the whole everything. Okay. So we have to catch up with the time. So here I am anticipating that time where I can look back on it. And I just experienced that time. And so even to look back on that commercial and see from that time to this time, how many lives has been touched already, and knowing that it's only the beginning. Like when I tell you the testimonies, normally I get testimonies after the show that let me know, like, this is why we were fighting so hard. This is why we're here. Yes. But with this particular show, the testimonies were not waiting to the end of the show. Like literally every time I came off the stage and came back, there was someone who had to step out because it was triggering for them. And they were out there waiting to talk to me, waiting to pray with me. Like God was moving back behind the scenes. It was just, I can't even explain it or put it into words. From people who witnessed the way that they had lost a loved one, they witnessed it in the show. You know, from people like multiple, like, because we talk about suicide, we talk about depression, we talk about domestic violence. There was multiple people who had to step out because they had lost someone to that. And that being said, a lot of people who haven't experienced these things would think like, well, why would you want to trigger someone? Why would you to have them relive that and that kind of stuff? When this woman told me that she lost her sister to domestic violence, and she thanked me for doing this and said, please keep going, because she admitted to me that she had not taken the time to heal, that she had not faced her demons. Like that is how you heal, folks. Like I cannot stress enough that the first step to healing is admitting that something is wrong. It's facing what it is that's wrong. That's scary. Like you have to. And that's the hardest part. Once you do that, everything is going to go uphill from there, because you have admitted that this is where you are and this is where you need to be. And a woman who had went through the most extreme trauma even recently, and she was triggered by this show, told me, do not quit, keep going. This is important. And I needed that so bad from somebody who knew firsthand.
That's right.
Because the enemy will have you doubting, like, why am I even doing this? This is too difficult. I'm stressing out. I'm taking my team through all this stress. My body worn out. I'm tired. Like all of these things. But it is so worth it and so necessary in the end, because people are out here taking their own lives, losing their lives to domestic violence. There is so much life that could continue on if you just take the time to face it and heal. So
that's right. That's
that
right.
is what I see when I see that commercial to now.
That is not only just a beautiful note, but an entirely appropriate place to wrap this show today. I want to say this before we leave, everybody. If I tell you said it, you hit it. You notice when she said, I just couldn't that day. I said, I can't do this. I won't do this. I'm going to get somebody else. But she didn't say that one thing that so many of us do. The enemy tricks us into saying it. Know this. Listen up. Tune in. Lean in. That word, TOO. I refer to it as the John Wayne Gacy of purpose. Leave that word at the end of the sentence where it was originally placed as a blessing. You can come too. We got enough. Get in here. We got some for you too. But when you move it anywhere else, it becomes too ugly, too old, too late, too much. And the minute you say too much, poof, God will move something away because He's going to stick to His word even if we can't stick to ours. I'll never put you through more than you can handle. So there it is. Once you get in it, see, windows and doors, peek in, look for the question mark. The question mark is not meant to scare us. It's meant to encourage us because when you see that question mark, that's your proof that God is in there waiting. Now use the door, go in, and so you can get through it and show others how to do the same thing. Vitelle, my husband said I was going to do this. You okay? Don't, you should say it over and over. So,
people call me V.
okay, Vitelle, I just tell you what, keep going. Everything comes to our world when it's time to know something. It's because it's time to grow something. This is going to change everybody's lives, including yours. Big things headed your way. Big things. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. The only regret I have is that I feel like I'm just now. I wish I'd have been known her. Right? Right. If there's ever anything Dr. Lauren can do, or any one of us here at E360 Television or the Trajectory Network, you just get at us. We're there to support you 1,000%. Okay?
Thank you
so much. What a blessing. You guys get out. You see, we are the flyer here again. We've already put, you can see the recap, what people are saying about the show. That link is already in your comments. The trailers and everything already in your comment section. And of course, the Eventbrite. That's the most important one. Click it, get over and get your ticket today. Tell the people you know that live in all those places. If they're within 2 hours, get in the car, make a road trip. You'll be glad you did. Thank you so much. Blessings. Thank your team. Thank your team. And your assistant, tell her I know she was tearing my ass up if I was to see her in the alley. So tell I was just talking to her. Don't say nobody to my house, girl. Okay. All right. We love you. We love you. Keep going. You got this. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
All right, you guys, get out, find an E and an R, and take everything you already are from great to greater, bright to brighter, strong to stronger. My personal favorite, nice to nicer. Now listen, tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock a.m. Central, I'll meet you, God willing, on the front porch. We'll have another illuminated conversation. Now, don't you let my screen go slam on the way out of here. And remember, Dr. Lauren loves you. There's not a damn thing you can do about it. See ya. Have the best day ever. Bye-bye. See ya. Great job. Great job.
Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind.